right, just got checked in, re-checked in. I was already checked in, so it was super easy. And now I'm headed to D78. Getting here. Like, I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just taking like one step at a time, but it's pretty straightforward, so it's not too bad. That was super fast, and I had a pat down, but I chose a pat down instead of going through the screening. But I'm not sure how bad the screening actually is, so I gotta look into that more. But it's been exactly an hour since I left the hotel, and I'm at my gate. Really good. Keep going! Good job! Keep it up! That's awesome, man! To be the chewing gum in the 1800s. Like everyone was chewing spruce gum, but they couldn't flavor it because the spruce flavor was kind of strong. So they resorted to other gum bases, and now our gum bases are like plastic. Lots of them.
Yeah, we don't do chewing gum normally, so.
So cool.
Yeah.
How do you source it?
We go out into the woods and we harvest it. Yeah, ourselves.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's exactly the way it should be.
Oh yeah.
That's
yeah.
so cool.
Taking off from Calgary to Amsterdam. Bye-bye Calgary, bye-bye Canada. Gonna go over the pond. It's about a 10-hour flight. I had some really good conversations with people. I spoke with a Muslim fellow named El Mati for about 45 minutes. It was really interesting because they don't believe that Jesus actually died. They believe that he lived and that he's the Son of God, that he was perfect, that he's in heaven, he's coming back to judge. And so I asked, well, if he's perfect and he never sinned, meaning he would have never lied, why did he say that he would die and rise again if he didn't die and rise again? That he would have lied, then that would be sin. He didn't really have much of a response to that. But I said, if I gave you a Bible, would you read it? And he said, yes. So I gave him a little New Testament Bible that I brought along with me. So hopefully he reads it. And then another interaction was at the piano. It was so sweet. I was playing some music, and a couple with their baby, they came. They set like a airplane piano, and he took his little baby, Max, the baby's name was, and he set him on the wing of the plane and just listening to the piano. It was so sweet. And the baby just looked at me and smiled. Then there was a European couple, and they were sitting behind me, and they're like clapping, like after I finished a song. Clapping, they liked it so much. So I talked with them and also did a spruce gum interview with them. Charlotte and Ben from London. It was so awesome. One other lady, while I was playing, she walked by. She's actually on the same flight as me. And she said, nice playing, thank you for playing. So that was really, really sweet. So most people don't seem to pay attention. Anyways, I'm here. So I'm in the Netherlands. Look at this place. Crazy. Looking for gate G7, I believe. Because all the flights are delayed because there's a pretty bad fog outside. Netherlands. No way, huh? Look at that. G6, here I am. Golly. Talk about good time. So here is Amsterdam, folks, in the Netherlands. No way. Made it safely to my place. Look at those twins over there. So cute. So it's about 1:15 Alberta time. Bing. but it's 9:15 here in Amsterdam, and it's so cool, all the different languages, and the layout of different things, like the bathroom in Canada it says men or women, but here it says ladies and gentlemen. Isn't that just delightful? And they have toilet seat cleaner than you can before. It's hilarious. And the doors in the bathroom stalls go all the way from the floor all the way to the roof. There's no cracks, no nothing. It's very, very private, very interesting. Not like Canada and the US. Anyway, I had a really good flight. It was about 8-9 hours, and I sat smack in between a Hindu and a Sikh. So that was so interesting. The one fellow on my left, he was pretty quiet. Didn't talk a whole lot with him. A little bit at the beginning, introduced myself, and then talked more with the other fellow. I think his name was Sarab. Some really good conversation, asking different things about his religion and stuff. And then also I was able to share the gospel with him. And he, I don't think he had heard it before. And so he just did like a brief, especially to try and keep his attention, because he didn't seem too interested, quite. But he did, as long as I kind of kept going and just spoke my mind, he was quite attentive and found it interesting. So I felt very blessed to be able to share that with him. And then partway through my flight, I was able to get up and just stand, because it's so hard sitting for that long without moving. I talked with 3 different people, an older Muslim gentleman and a young mother from Ukraine who's recently moved to Canada, and then also a young fellow named John from the Netherlands, but also from in Canada. And I was able to get him some spruce gum, and so that was cool. We had some really interesting conversations. He was quite the character. Oh my goodness, quite the character. Kind of like old schooled and very opinionated, but very, very interesting. And he loved the spruce gum. Capital. So our flights are running a little bit late, about half an hour, but I got here totally fine. Everything seems fine, and yeah, things are going good. Although I wasn't able to sleep at all on my flight, and I hope I'll be able to sleep this time. I was very, very tired. I haven't eaten that much, but I'm feeling pretty good. Pretty good, yeah. Yeah, very good actually. I feel so blessed. And just soaking up everything, because this is so cool. All the different languages and stuff. And hearing more like the German, Dutch. Tongues to me. I've found the more that I talk with people of different religions, especially more like Indians, there's a lot of them that have not heard the gospel. They do not know about Jesus. Like Muslims know more about Jesus than the Sikhs or the Hindus. And so they really need to just know that he's there. And the thing is, it's so interesting talking about the different religions. So many of them have the same types of principles. Like be kind, don't steal, just be a good person, right? But the problem with that, and this is what I told Sarah, the problem with that is that what about the sins you've already committed? Because when you stand before a judge, even in our modern system, and you're guilty for a crime, your good deeds don't justify the sin that you committed, the wrong that you committed, that you can't do that. Oh, but judge, I've done lots of good things. Can you pardon me? I've repented. I've stopped. No, there's still punishment. That's the difference, because Jesus took that punishment. And that's what I was explaining to him. And I think that he was like, oh, okay. He was making sense of it. He was pretty quiet after that. Something else that's really been helping me is, we practice. I'm a musician, so I understand practicing music. And it's so important to practice things. If you want to get good at something, you have to practice it. And it binged on in my mind, about a month ago. Why don't I practice sharing the gospel? Just speaking it when I'm out for a walk or before bed, or just practice speaking it and articulating it every day. so that it becomes more easy. And it has really, really helped. So if that's, I encourage you to do the same thing. Start practicing. And it'll just flow out so much easier when the time comes and God presents the opportunity for you. Tebby, here we go. Yes, I don't think I've ever seen so many tall, blonde people. I just fit right in. Like singing, Ich weiß, ich muss alles bedeuten, dass ich so traurig bin. That fresh air is so nice. It is very foggy outside though. We have a layover here in Rwanda, Kigali or something. And then I'll be heading to Entebbe, which will be probably an hour or two. So the majority of the flight is done and we're almost at our destination. And I am exhausted. I was able to sleep actually a pretty good chunk of the trip. And God set me beside the most delightful lady. Her name is Joyce and she's from Uganda. And she's currently living in the States. Such a pleasant lady. Oh my goodness, she just poured into my heart just encouragement and challenges and like just giving some really good feedback on different things, on life and marriage and family and business, and it was really, really good. Just such a blessing. Just before landing, standing up, I met a young mother from Norway. Her name is Lena, and we were sharing, and she's actually been to YWAM about 10 years ago, and so God is like important to her, and we were sharing a bit about like ministry and outreach, and then at the end I was like, is there something I could pray for you for? And she started to cry, and she kind of pulled into the little sideway and said that like she had just been sitting back in her seat and like wanting someone to pray for her or wanting prayer, and so it's really sad. She's been going through some really difficult stuff, just challenges with her family, and her husband with some health issues, and her parents with just different separation stuff, and it just seems like everything's just really in attack. And so we started landing right at the point when I wanted to pray for her, but I gave her a hug and just blessed her in Jesus' name, and said I'll be supporting her in prayer. So that was really special. And yeah, so you can even keep Lena in your prayers and just lift up her family and their health. We need to do this. Anyway, that's the update for now. I'm gonna upload this video and I will see you probably walking off the plane going into Entebbe. So cheerio.